The best way to get back at your enemies is to live your life well. Joe Osteen. Pain, often seen as an unwelcome guest in our lives, is actually one of our greatest teachers. It's not an enemy that comes to destroy you. It's a guide sent to teach you lessons that comfort and ease never could. Pain forces us to pay attention, reflect on our lives, and confront areas we might otherwise ignore. When you're in pain, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, you are drawn into a moment of clarity where distractions fade and you are left to deal with the raw, unfiltered truth of your life. Too often, people view pain as a sign of failure, as if the presence of hardship means something has gone wrong. However, pain is part of the process of growth and transformation. Think about how muscles grow. When you exercise, you subject your muscles to stress, breaking down muscle fibers. This painful process ultimately strengthens them as they heal. Similarly, the pain in life breaks us down, but only to build us back up stronger and more resilient than before. Pain reflects the areas in our lives that need attention, highlighting our weaknesses, fears, and insecurities, not to make us ashamed, but to help us recognize where we need to grow. Without challenges, we would never be pushed to stretch beyond our capabilities, nor would we discover our true potential. Pain forces us out of our comfort zones and pushes us into a space of discomfort that develops strength and character. Pain reveals the depth of our capacity. You may never know how strong you are until you realize the level of endurance, patience, or resilience you possess. It serves as a signal from life that something needs to change. Whether it's an unfulfilling job or unhealthy habits, pain points out the areas of our lives that are no longer serving us and invites us to pivot, make different choices, and realign with our true purpose. If we ignore it or run from it, we miss the messages it is trying to deliver. Pain is not your enemy. It's a wake-up call, reminding you that you are meant for more and capable of more. Consider the lessons pain teaches us. When you've been betrayed by someone you trusted, it teaches you about the importance of discernment and setting healthy boundaries. When you fail at something you worked hard for, it teaches you perseverance and resilience. When you lose someone you love, it teaches you the value of relationships. These are lessons that success alone could never impart. What we need to understand is that pain is temporary, but the lessons can last a lifetime if we're willing to learn from them. Too many people try to avoid pain at all costs, choosing to live small, comfortable lives because they are afraid of what pain might bring. However, avoiding pain means missing out on the opportunity to become the best version of yourself. We need to embrace pain as part of the journey, recognizing that when it comes, it serves a purpose. When we change our perspective, we see that pain has something to teach us. This shift in mindset changes everything. Suddenly, pain is no longer something to be feared or resented. It becomes a tool for self-discovery and transformation. The next time you face rejection or adversity, don't run from it. Instead, take a moment to reflect on what it has to teach you. Pain is a wake-up call, reminding you that you are meant for more and capable of more. Think about the lessons pain teaches us. When faced with rejection, it is important to embrace the lessons that rejection offers. Every rejection carries a lesson, sometimes subtle, that can serve as a stepping stone to greater wisdom, resilience, and success. Embracing the lesson begins with shifting your perspective. View rejection not as a failure or a reflection of your inadequacy, but as a teacher. Rejection is not there to break you down. It is there to build you up, showing you areas where you can grow and refine your approach. The insights gained might be about perseverance, teaching you that success often requires more persistence and effort than you initially thought. It may also teach you humility, reminding you that no matter how skilled or prepared you are, challenges and obstacles will always exist that require patience and adaptability. Embracing this lesson helps you develop patience and understand that not every opportunity is meant to be seized immediately. It encourages you to trust the process and recognize that delays or setbacks often serve a greater purpose in the grand scheme of your life. Another lesson that rejection offers is self-awareness. It provides a chance to reflect on your strengths and weaknesses, helping you better understand yourself. You may identify skills you need to develop further, or perhaps your approach needs refining. By embracing this lesson, you gain clarity on what you need to work on to be better equipped for future opportunities. Embracing the lesson also involves letting go of any resentment or bitterness that arises from rejection. Holding on to negative emotions only weighs you down and blinds you to the valuable insights that rejection can provide. Approach the situation with a mindset of curiosity, asking yourself, "What can I learn from this experience? How can this rejection make me stronger, wiser, or more prepared for the future?" By doing so, you transform rejection from a source of pain into a catalyst for growth. Ultimately, embracing the lesson means understanding that rejection is not a setback, but a stepping stone towards something greater. An opportunity to refine your vision, sharpen your skills, and deepen your character. When you approach rejection with this mindset, you find that every encounter brings you a step closer to your true self. When faced with rejection, it is important to avoid bitterness. Bitterness can be like a poison that seeps into your heart and mind, clouding your judgment and tainting your outlook on life. Negative emotions can hold you back from moving forward and embracing new opportunities. It is natural to feel that life has been unfair and to dwell on feelings of hurt, disappointment, and resentment. However, allowing these feelings to create a cycle of negativity prevents you from seeing the possibilities that lie ahead. The key to avoiding bitterness is to cultivate gratitude. Even in the face of rejection, there are still things in your life to be thankful for. Your health, your relationships, your talents, and the opportunities that are yet to come. By focusing on the positives, you can shift your mindset away from what you've lost and toward what you still have. Choosing forgiveness is also vital in avoiding bitterness. This does not mean you have to condone the actions of those who rejected or hurt you, but it does mean releasing the hold that anger and resentment have over you. Forgiveness frees you from the emotional burden of bitterness, allowing you to move forward with a lighter heart and a clear mind. It is an act of self-liberation, giving you the freedom to pursue your path without being weighed down by the past. Holding on to anger and resentment may seem like a way to maintain control, but it is the anger that controls you, keeping you locked in the past and preventing you from fully embracing the present or moving forward into the future. When you forgive, you are not erasing the past or pretending it didn't happen. You are choosing not to let it dictate how you live your life today. Forgiveness also involves self-compassion. We often allow past experiences to affect our self-worth and self-esteem, identifying ourselves as victims of others' actions. Forgiveness enables you to separate yourself from the hurt, recognizing what happened to you without allowing it to define who you are. By forgiving, you reclaim your identity and choose to live beyond the labels of victimhood or suffering. In conclusion, forgiveness is a powerful tool. It carries lessons that can only be received when you release the anger. Forgiveness opens the door to reflection, allowing you to see what the experience taught you about yourself, your relationships, and your values. It gives you clarity about where boundaries need to be set and what changes need to be made for personal growth to occur. In this way, forgiveness becomes a stepping stone toward becoming a stronger, wiser, and more resilient individual. Forgiving others doesn't mean you must continue to allow harmful behavior in your life. It often requires creating boundaries to protect yourself from future harm. Recognizing that forgiveness and reconciliation are two different things is vital. Forgiveness is about letting go of the emotional hold that wrongdoing has on you. It doesn't necessarily mean continuing in the same relationship or situation. Sometimes the most loving and healthy thing you can do is to forgive someone while maintaining distance or establishing boundaries. Learning to forgive yourself is also crucial. We are often our own harshest critics, holding on to guilt, shame, or regret long after others have moved on. Self-forgiveness is essential as it allows you to acknowledge your humanity and capacity to make mistakes. We all have moments in life where we fall short, wishing we could have done things differently. However, holding on to self-condemnation perpetuates the cycle of pain and keeps you stuck in a state of self-punishment. Choosing to forgive yourself is an act of self-love, giving you the permission to move forward, learn from the past, and grow into the person you are meant to become. Ultimately, forgiving yourself is about reclaiming your power and choosing to live beyond the labels of victimhood or suffering. By learning from your experiences and recognizing the lessons they carry, you can transform rejection into a powerful catalyst for personal growth and success. About the book. Are you ready to tap into your inner strength and achieve greatness? The Power series is your guide to acquiring the power and knowledge you need to succeed in every sphere of life. Through this inspiring series, you'll discover the secrets to building mental toughness and resilience, the keys to achieving physical health and wellness, the strategies for mastering your emotions and achieving spiritual growth. Join the journey to unleashing your inner strength and achieving greatness.
About the author. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is a dynamic, multifaceted woman of God who is full of substance and virtue. She believes that every woman must die empty, and with this mindset she strives to explore and fulfill her God-given potential. With a mandate to restore people and bring hope to her generation, she has positively impacted many lives and continues to influence her generation with powerful, life-changing messages. Her focus is on relationships, marriage, the home, and womanhood as a whole. Her multifaceted ministry also aids men and women struggling with sexual addiction, helping them break free and step into their God-ordained destiny. Through her heaven-inspired teaching and preaching, her voice resonates with freedom to all who know what it means to be in chains. Dr. Olufunke is the founder of the Women College of Ministry, Men College of Ministry, and the School of Finishing Touches. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is a life coach who reaches out daily to be a blessing to people's lives through her on-air radio program, Moment to Ponder. Her weekly on-air live radio program, She Matters, Straight Talk with Olufunke, on Blast FM is always a delight to many, as she dishes out wisdom nuggets on how to manage relationships, home, marriage, and life in general. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is the founder of Mending Lives Foundation, a non-governmental organization targeted at assisting the less privileged and, most importantly, the emotionally damaged individuals in society. She is also a certified family therapist and professional counselor. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is a prolific writer and a distinguished author who has published over 100 books that have been of immense blessing to her generation. A mother and grandmother, she is a solid teacher of the Word and a highly sought expert on conference speaking with deep insight into God's Word. Reverend Dr. Olufunke carries prophetic grace and anointing to bring change to the lives of anyone under the sound of her voice.